Hey everyone, it's Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life, and I was just cleaning up the studio, and this is pretty sweet. This is, my daughter wrote this on my wall quite a long time ago, and my studio's been so filthy and so covered up with things, and so this was kind of great. It's like, you clean up and you get all these little, you find things your keys from 5 years ago, It's always better to clean up, but God, I've been so busy and the studio is such a mess. So anyway, but that wasn't what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about that I was thinking about was this kind of cool idea, and I don't know, I'll be curious to see what you think about it, but I have gone through different phases when things are hard and when things are easy with my art making, and when it's hard, it seems like the world piles up against you when things aren't working out. I don't know if you get that, like, you're trying to move a painting and then the door closes on it and then you hurt your hand and then the delivery guy doesn't come or the paints don't come on time, or just everything feels like it's just like, there's just barriers that you're hitting again and again and again. And then other times it can just feel like so much easier and like, everything's in a flow. And I'm not totally sure. I mean, I have a feeling that has to do with how your mindset, but I'm not sure. It just seems like things go that way. But I do know how to not, I am learning how not to stay in that headspace of when things aren't going so well. And so now, what seems to hold me up a lot is if I start feeling like the world's against me, if I start feeling like, yeah, well, I can't do this because of this externality, the gallery, they're really such and such, or, this is always such a pain to do, I can't do that because it's always going to be this way. And it's like, you're looking outside of yourself and there's all these reasons that are piling up, all these things, these externalities that are affecting you, that you're reacting to, that are keeping you in this kind of, it's sort of a victim, it's like, and it might be true, but what I'm trying to kind of just do now, and I don't know how long I can do this for, but I'm trying not to I'm just saying everything is my fault. So everything is my fault. And so I'm no longer a victim about anything, but everything's my fault. And even, like, obviously not everything is, but if you think of it that way, then it puts you in the driver's seat. It's like, no, just slow down, just carry the painting more carefully. So what, the door closes on it, that's because you were in a rush. Like, wait and get a friend to help you do it. Don't be so impatient. That's a big thing for me. I'm always rushing around, right? That could be, so you can always, like, turn it around and say, okay, how could I do it? How could I do this differently? Or what, you're in control. And when even if you're like kind of in a way, putting the blame on yourself, which could be kind of hard, it puts you in the driver's seat and it puts you in a much more, it's a more uplifted, more proactive headspace. And that seems to shift things. It's like, oh man, I'm controlling this whole deal. Like, I have total control. If you start feeling bummed out because of this or this, like, no, this is your fault. You fix it. You fix it. You fix it. And just stay in that because you are in control. And I love that you can, and it really keeps you in a much more even jag. And I'm finding I'm getting more done. I'm liking what I'm doing better. And I don't stay in those patches where it's just kind of like neutral, that, and if I want to take a break, I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm going to put things down and go and have a good time, but it's not because I'm being ladled down, I'm being worn down by things outside of me that are just wearing me down. So anyway, that's just something that's it's been sort of helpful, and I don't really have it figured out in terms of being able to articulate it, but it's just kind of a cool idea. And I think for artists, I mean, we have, the odds are stacked, right? It's a hard thing, but this can pivot. This is a cool pivot, I think. So anyway, hope you're having a great Sunday. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what you think about this. It's kind of a work in progress. I think it's a really cool idea to talk about. Anyway, talk to you soon. Okay, great.